Hi, it's Mark Owen from Moose Marketing PR, the editor of PunchlineGloucester.com. Today I'm outside Toys R Us. Over there is Next, over there is Gloucester Docks, and here is the Gloucester Quays, and there's Burger King. And as I spin back round, Stroud Road, and here is Toys R Us, and it's been empty for a very long time. Let's be honest, it is one of those buildings that we all kind of love to hate as parents. Anyway, I've been invited in, and remember, this used to be the exit, and as I go through here, it sort of looks very, very sad. It used to be such a great place with kids running around. Everyone's really happy. They just got their toys. And I'm here to meet Chris Ball. Hiya, Chris. Really nice to meet you. And Millie as well. Hey there. Very nice to meet you. So you're the owners of this fine establishment that used to be Toys R Us. So you're going to open a paddle ball.
Padel Club, yeah? Or
Padel Club, sorry. And yeah, can you tell us, it's 43,000 square feet, isn't it? It's a lot of space.
It's a big building, obviously, as you can see. We'll have a little look around. But yeah, we're going to be building 9 indoor paddle courts. People who don't know about paddle, it's the fastest growing sport in the world. Not many places to play paddle in and around Gloucester, so obviously it was a great location for us to bring the sport.
And it's £1 million investment as well. Now, you know, right, yeah. You guys aren't from around Gloucester, are you? Where are you from originally?
I'm personally from the northwest, so we live in Chester. Our first club is open at the moment in Wilmslow. We're doing a second club at Trafford Park, Trafford City in the northwest, and this will be our third club that starts being built.
And why did you pick Gloucester? Because there's loads of other places you could have opened up in this, you know, around.
Yeah, we're obviously targeting a lot of cities in Gloucester and Cheltenham in the area. There's a lot of people. Perfect catchment for us to go for. Like I say, there was not a lot of paddle courts in the area, so we were able to bring the sport to the area. Great sporting heritage, a lot of local sports teams, which is another thing that we look for.
Now, this used to be a great place of joy. You know, I brought my 2 children here, and nephews and nieces and everybody else, and the entrance used to be here. And if I remember rightly, this was a sort of welcome desk, wasn't it? Yeah. And around here as well, which is blocking off the entrance. And as we came round here, you imagine you came in this way. You come round the corner here, this would all be blocked off. Round here, there'd be sort of, I remember it used to be sweets and things, and here, and as you go round the other side, there'd be, I'm sure it was teddy bears and action men and dolls like that, and Barbies and things, and then over here would be as we walk along here, there'd be all the sort of game consoles, and then the board games, and over there would be the prams. I mean, you know, and it's such, when you look at it like this, Chris and Millie, it is huge, isn't it? It's huge space.
It's a very big space, yeah. Listening to you sounds like a lot of the local people have been telling us that everybody has memories of the Toys R Us building. Obviously, it's a very prominent building in the city. Yeah. Even when we started building, a lot of people keep coming to the door and telling us that, you know, they used to work here, they buy their children's toys here. The people tell us they spend a lot of time running around in here, you know, choosing their toys and whatnot. So
well, a lot of people lost a lot of kids in here, you know. I mean, you couldn't bloody find them after a period of time.
We're certainly aware that it's a very kind of sentimental place for the town.
So where, I mean, there's a lot of noise here, so we can walk through, Chris, if that's all right, Millie. So along here now, so how is it going to be configured? So I'm assuming there's a big entrance hall there.
So when you come in the main door,
yeah.
Obviously hopefully you'll be able to see the images that we've shared and stuff. Come in the main door, there'll be a reception desk where our team can greet you and welcome you to the club.
You'll have to speak up a little bit, Chris, if you don't mind.
All across here we're going to have a reception desk, cafe bar, so the coffee shop element is actually just open to the general public. You don't need to be a member of the Padel Club, so you can just come in, have a coffee, watch paddle. This whole area is the reception bar area. This whole corner is what we call the clubhouse, and then this area that we're stood in is going to be our court number 1 show court, which has it's got some kind of stadium seating next to it. That means that we have like big national competitions and stuff at the club. People will be able to come in and just spectate, have a drink, watch the game. So from that perspective, you don't need to be a member. You can come in, have a coffee, watch the sport, get involved. So this is our show court, and then this side of the bank here is going to be 4 panoramic paddle courts, and then the other side over here is another 5. So in total, we've got 9 indoor paddle courts.
And it's quite amazing, isn't it? Because when we came in earlier, the chap at the back wasn't working his machine, and now we've got to shout like anything. But let's walk over there, because that area over there used to be behind, wasn't it? It's a big wall behind there that should be part of the warehousing that used to go all the way round the edges as well. I'm not sure. I mean, with paddle, it's a cross between tennis and squash, isn't it? How big is a court?
One paddle court is 10 metres wide by 20 metres long. People often describe it as a bit of a cross between tennis and squash. So looks a bit like tennis. The ball looks a bit like tennis. You play with a racket that doesn't have strings, so it's a flat racket. When the ball goes past you, hits the glass like squash, you can keep playing the game. So the thing with paddle is that the rallies last a bit longer. It's a lot easier to play. Like, people can come in, play, and you can play the game straight away. So it's really accessible, and obviously that's why the sport's growing so fast all over the world.
And what grabs me here, if you don't mind, just let's scoot over here very quickly, Chris. It's just how big this space is, how big it is. Now, it's £1 million you're spending, isn't it?
So yeah, the investment in this site is about 1.1 billion. And like you say, it is a big site. It's 43,000 foot. So obviously, because of the building, it's been empty for 5 to 6 years. So there's quite a lot of investment just bringing the building back up to standard, back up to scratch. So what looks a little bit dishevelled outside at the moment is going to be a lot, tidier and nicer building.
Yeah, sorry. When are the big signs coming down, Chris?
And I think it's one of the first things we're going to do. So probably next week, you'll see the building all painted up, and then obviously our signs will go up within a couple of weeks.
Right. Okay. Wow. I must admit, it's really, really impressive. How many jobs is it going to create?
I think the initial team will be about 15. So. Our general manager, we've just hired our general manager, so that's yet to be announced, but we now have a manager for the site. We have an assistant manager, clubhouse manager, team members, paddle coaches, head of paddle. So in total, the initial team will be about 15, and then I think as we get busier, we'll probably have more.
Now I don't know if you know, but this area where I'm standing now, it used to be over along the corner there. I'm sure it used to be games, and this is all prams and things like that, if in the children's, really young children's area. And God, it's when you see it like this, it's so different in a way. I remember going into B&Q when they closed B&Q down, and I did a little Vox Pop video there as well, which is now outdoors as well. But it's funny when you come in, you can see everything in your mind's eye, in your memory, which is very, very bizarre seeing it like this. So you must be very excited. So what's the last thing that you'd like to say to the sort of business community of Gloucestershire, or the general community of Gloucestershire?
We're obviously really looking forward to setting up our club in Gloucester. We are, people talk about Toys R Us, it's very much like a local community builder. We think we'll be the same. We'll welcome everybody into the club, no barriers, people can come in, play the sport, and introduce everyone. We think we'll be a really vibrant social hub of activity in the middle of the town.
Chris, fantastic to meet you. Thank you ever so much, and you as well, Millie. Wish you all the very, very best.